everyone. Again, the play is the thing, and today I have Ruth Appelhof with me. She's the executive director at Guildhall. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did. How are you?
Okay, I'm so happy you finally made it here.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
I really appreciate being invited.
It's so, I mean, there's so many things you do here, especially that naked stage at Guildhall. Everybody's talking about it, and you initiated that program.
Well, I can only say that it wouldn't have happened without our wonderful artistic director of the John Drew Theater. His name is Josh Gladstone, and a pal of his, who is also a great actor, Josh Pearl. And the two of them really got together and said to each other, you know, there's a lot of talent in this community. Let's see if we can harness it. And I think what I did was just say, yes, it sounds wonderful, and they did all the hard work. But we have had programs every Tuesday night, all through the winter. They're free. Anyone can come in. There's dialogue. You can participate if you want to and make comments on the plays, but they're readings and musicals, and everybody gets a chance to try out their acting ability or whatever they're interested in that has to do with theater production. So we're very excited about that because it's a real grassroots community program.
It is. And like you made a statement before about hope. Or your dreams.
Follow your dreams.
Follow
yes.
your dreams.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, actually, one of the comments that I say to Josh, and actually Christina Strassfield, who is our curator in the museum, and Janet Goliath, who is our director of education. These are our three head programmers, and I always say to them that it's my job to make sure their dreams come true. Now that takes a little help from the community too, because of course we need support in every way from this wonderful community. But I try to put all the pieces together and bring them together, and then they come up with great ideas, which is so wonderful.
Well, I think you give me a resume. You have a wonderful career.
Oh,
and how did you end up here in the Hamptons?
Well, actually, it's a very nice story for me to tell, so thank you for asking. But I was a graduate student at Syracuse University and was studying women artists. And one of those women artists was Lee Krasner, Jackson Pollock's wife. And I did a bibliography, which means I did research on all of the publications that she was mentioned in. So it was huge. It was like hundreds and hundreds of publications. And I sent it to her and introduced myself and said, you know, my name's Ruth Appelhof, and, you know, I thought you'd be interested in this. And she called me and said, well, you know, I'd love to meet you because I think, you know, this is very important and I appreciate all the work that you did on me. So came down to New York. This was after Jackson Pollock had died. Around 1974, and she said, well, you know, I'd love to have you come visit me in the Springs. So, you know, what graduate student would turn that down? And as it turned out, I did my master's thesis on her, came out to the Springs the next year in 1975, and interviewed her every morning over coffee and toast. I go up to her little bedroom there and the guest room and type it all up for her and show it to her, and then she'd take a big magic marker and take things out or add things in, and so we had a wonderful summer, my writing my master's thesis on her and her introducing me to some of the great artists that are out here. And I never dreamed that I'd ever be back again. But when I learned about the job here at Guildhall, I thought, well, you know, maybe they'll be interested in me, and maybe I'll be interested in them. And as it turned out, after several interviews, it seemed like the perfect match. So I'm very pleased with the fact that after so many years, I'm back and enjoying it even more.
See, that's great. Well, there was somebody else before you at Guildhall.
Actually, there have been a number of directors there. Perhaps the most important of them is a woman who's recently passed away, whose name was Inez Whipple. And Inez Whipple was there for 30 years. She loved the theater. She brought in great theater productions. She loved the museum. Actually had a close friend of hers whose name was Eloise Space, who knew a lot about the visual arts. And Eloise would go into New York and select things for our permanent collection, which, by the way, is on view right now at the UBS Gallery in New York on 51st and 6th Avenue. So if people can get in there, I think they'd be quite impressed with the wonderful permanent collection that we have on exhibition now until March 25th.
So how long have you been at Guildhall now?
I've been there 5.5 years. Wow. And I feel like I've just started because there's lots to do there. So
what would you say is one of the new things you initiated there, besides the naked stage?
Yeah, the naked stage, which I don't take any credit for. That's Josh and Josh who did that. Well, I don't know if I could say that there was any particular program that I initiated, but what I've tried to concentrate on is the community. And I've really gone around and talked to folks in different service organizations and met with the schools and tried very hard to listen to what the community wants. And I felt that that was the part of Guildhall that was lacking and that I could help with. I'm talking about a community that's very diverse. You know, we have our wonderful Latino community. 30% of the kids in the school here are Latino. We have a wonderful community of year-round people like yourself, and you know, a lot of people that came out of the farming, fishing heritage that we're so proud of here. And we also have a community of people that arrive on weekends, and some of them arrive during the summer. We know about that too. So there are a lot of voices in looking at what Guildhall can do and who we should serve. But I feel that it's extremely important that we ask that question all the time. What is it that you want, and how can we help bring it to this wonderful place that we live in?
So I know you have the John Drew Theater, and you have all those, the art, when artists come in and hang the pictures, and do you have other activities there?
We really do, you know, thanks for asking. We have a lot of other activities. Actually, let me mention a couple of things. The John Drew Theater is going to be very, very exciting this summer. We have 2 wonderful programs that are kind of bookends for the cabaret and other performances that we do in the middle of the summer. But at the beginning of the summer, in June, we're actually having a wonderful, wonderful play called Hamlet. You've probably heard of it. And Josh will be directing it. And
he's wonderful.
He's great.
Josh, whatever he does, acting and directing, and he's very gracious. He's very, you could talk to him. There's nothing fancy, uppity about him.
Well, and I would say that that's true for me too. I mean, he's so kind and generous to me and to the rest of the staff and the board and the community. I mean, he really has his eye on everything. He'll be directing Hamlet in June. We have a wonderful young man who's going to be the lead, Michael Nathanson, who is just dynamic, and we're very excited about that. And Josh has been in New York doing auditions for other parts. In addition to that, we're going to be using a lot of the wonderful talent that we have right here in our community. So it'll be a mix of some New York actors, some folks from out here, but it's going to be a great play.
Is this going to be the original Hamlet that
Yes.
Shakespeare had written?
Absolutely, right.
He loves Shakespeare.
He does.
He loves everything highbrow.
Yeah. And then at the end of the summer, we have asked Tony Walton, who is such a major figure in the theater, to come in and direct a play that he's always dreamed of doing, actually. He just told us this recently. A play called Moby Dick Rehearsed by Orson Welles. And it's a play that Tony saw, I don't know, he said he went every night when he was a young man in London. So he's always dreamed of directing this play, and that's going to be very exciting for us. So that's in August.
At Guildhall? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how come he's doing it at Guildhall and not at Bay Street?
Well, actually, I don't know what the answer is, but whatever it is, he clearly could have gone in both directions, and he chose to come to Guildhall.
Coming to Guildhall.
Yeah.
I'm very partial to Guildhall.
Oh, thank you. I should mention, too, that coming up very soon is our members exhibition. And that's very important for us because that is a non-juried exhibition. If you are an artist and you're interested in exhibiting your work at Guildhall, all you have to do is fill out the form and send it in to us. It's a wonderful opportunity.
Tell us, and show what you have.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Well, actually, I have a little invitation that probably most people received in the mail. It's if you didn't, please call Guildhall at 631-324-0806. We'd be happy to send you one. But the invitation invites people to come to our opening for this exhibition on April 16th. Now, the opportunity to be in the show means that you would call and we'd send you an application form. And I think we've extended the date of that deadline so that it's now April 4th. So it gives people plenty of time to participate, and we want everyone to be there. Holly Block is going to be the person that gives out the awards this year, and we give out lots of awards. The first prize is always then to an artist who gets to exhibit at Guildhall. So that's a very prestigious award, but there are many other awards for landscape painting and honorable mentions for all kinds of things. And Holly Block is the director of Art in General, which is a wonderful gallery in New York. And we're very proud to have her come out here and help us out with the exhibition.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be a success. There's a lot of artists out here who want to be seen.
Right. I think last year we had 300 artists in this show. So it's a huge exhibition. And usually for the opening, you know, which is just, it's kind of like a community celebration, the beginning of the season, I guess. We'll have 700 people there in one day. So it's a very active and exciting opportunity for artists to be seen and appreciated.
Right, and what else have you got? That's
well, I wanted to also mention to you, Judy, because I think people will enjoy this. We have an exhibition actually in New York City now at the UBS Paine-Webber Gallery, and this is an invitation to that show. It's our collection I mentioned to you before, our wonderful permanent collection, of which we have almost 2,000 works of art in the permanent collection. This particular painting is by Thomas Moran, who of course lived here at the turn of the century, had his home here, and this is a painting that he did of East Hampton. So it's actually an exhibition that starts with the late 19th century and runs up to the present, the early 21st century. So I invite people to go to New York and see that wonderful show.
Well, that's very nice. And I see something else there.
Well,
something colorful.
This is also a program that came from that UBS exhibition, the one in New York. And people can pick this up at Guildhall, or you can pick it up in New York. but it gives a history of what Guildhall is about, what we have been for the last 74 years, which is so remarkable.
Years.
74 years.
And before that, wasn't it a church?
There was a church on that site. Yes, there was. That's right.
You mean the building itself is not the church?
No, no. The building itself was actually designed by an architect who also designed the library across the street, Amar Embry. And it was the dream of Mrs. Lorenzo Woodhouse, who lived here in the summers, to build a library. And once she built the library, she decided, well, we need an art center here. So she was very, very generous in giving this community this wonderful art center. And it is a theater in the center of two big galleries on either side. And of course, then in the 70s, we built an education wing onto that building, and now we have wonderful education programs. Most of them in the spring now are free to the public, so I hope people will call about that too.
What type of education?
Oh, there's everything from writers programs to children's after-school programs. The one that I'm most excited about coming up is on March 7th, or I'm sorry, May 7th, and it's our Fiesta de la Primera, and it's actually a celebration of Latin American cultures.
You had that once before,
yes,
didn't
we
you?
did.
I remember that.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, we've done it for 3 years now. The first year we did it with the library across the street, and that was really fun. Mm-hmm. And then we, last year, did it on our own, and in the pouring rain, and believe it or not, we had just as many people, and everyone loved it. So this year we're doing it again, and we're actually having a very, very exciting concert at the end of the day, May 7th, that starts at 4 o'clock, and it's going to be a big fiesta concert that I hope everybody can come to. I think they'll really enjoy it.
Sounds
and that's
wonderful.
all free.
All free.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, I think that's very important. We've got to make sure that people feel welcome and that they can come to Guildhall and enjoy it.
I was telling some friends of mine about that last year. I remember, because I have a lot of Latino friends, and they all went, and they had a wonderful time.
We do have a great time. It's a real celebration of that culture and all those many cultures, actually, and the Latin American community helps us organize it. So we feel confident that it's authentic and that people that come will really learn something and have a good time.
I'll try to make it this year.
Oh, good.
Last time I forgot why there was something else going on. I couldn't make it.
Well, I will look forward to seeing you. I'll count on it.
Well, you probably see me a lot at Guildhall. As I said, I like everything over there, and I try to support everything you do.
Oh, that's great, and that's really great. Well, there's a lot to support. I think this year we have about 80 programs coming up in the summer, and as you know, we do programs all year round, but our summertime is very, very busy, and I'm sure there's something for everyone. Yes,
well, you have a lot of guest people during the summer.
That's right.
Yes. And, well, the summers are really fun and exciting here, even though we complain somewhat of the traffic and everything else, but it is good to be in the Hamptons in the summer.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's absolutely fabulous. One of the things that I always look forward to is our clothesline art sale. I don't know if you've been around for that, but it's always the first Saturday in August. And I think last year we had 2,000 people come to it. And artists from all over the area bring their work. We hang it up on snow
Clothesline.
fences and outside. You know, it used to be clothesline.
Yeah.
And all throughout the whole gallery, every inch of space is covered with wonderful art. The artists really love it because Guildhall actually shares with them the price of the work of art. So they do very well, and we do very well. And actually, it's amazing how many people I see all year long who will say to me, "Oh, I bought a painting at your wonderful clothesline art show 10 years ago, and you know, I'm going to come back." So it's a wonderful program for us that we've done year after year that people remember.
Yes. And do you have anything else that you want to share?
Well, I
with
just
us?
wanted to mention that we just recently had a program for our students. It was the Student Art Festival, and if you are a student and were in this show, and we had 2,500 students participate in the show, if you were in the show, you got a bumper sticker, and the bumper sticker says, "My kid's a Guildhall artist." So I'm hoping that everybody did pick up a bumper sticker, but we've still got some available, and they can call and get their bumper sticker or come by Guildhall.
I have seen one.
Have you? Yeah, they're
Just
terrific.
today, I had seen it, and I said, "What does that mean?"
Well, it means that our students from 11 schools all around the Hamptons actually participated in this, and the students obviously are proud enough to get their folks to put this bumper sticker on their car. We had a new and very interesting addition to the Student Art Festival last year and continued it this year, and I thought it's worth mentioning. We have something called video projects now, and you know how in the old days artists would paint or draw or make sculpture. Well, now artists as young as 8 years old on up are making movies. And this, to me, is so exciting to see this new generation of great artists coming out of this community who make movies, who are incredibly talented, and we show all the films at Guildhall. We also give out some prizes, and one of the prizes is that the kids get to show their movie on LTV. So you all participate in this. Billy Jett is wonderful about being one of the jurors for it, and our film project.
Well, everybody here at LTV is, I think, it's very, very nice.
Oh, they are
Friendly, and you can do anything you want, practically.
all right.
Yes, I like LTV also.
Well, I can't say enough about how much they support Guildhall. And thank you for your support and for inviting me on today.
And you've done some benefits also at Guildhall.
Well, yes, we're always looking for the next wonderful party to offer people and get them involved. In fact, just a few days ago, we had a party at the Rainbow Room in New York. And it was our 20th anniversary of having this party. Every year we honor 3 people in the arts with the Academy Award Art Achievement Award. This year we honored Louis Bagley and Cindy Sherman. Marshall Rose was one of the honorees, and Sheldon Harnick. So we had a great time.
And you had all this, you have a coverage in dance paper.
Oh, we have coverage everywhere. Yeah.
Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, good.
I expected to see your picture, but I didn't.
Oh, that's good, because
You
I
were
want
probably
everybody else's
hiding.
picture in there.
You are very modest, and you were probably hiding.
Well, it's very important that all these artists are recognized, and their pictures are what we want in those papers.
Yes. Well, everybody likes recognition. And I'm also very happy that you came here. We had a couple of dates that were broken. But that's the way everybody, we are all so busy. We are all so busy, but like you said, everything takes time and it'll happen.
That's right.
Hampton.
And here we are.
Here we are. And we have how many minutes left? 2 minutes. We could do a song and dance.
Oh, great.
I ask everybody, but nobody wants to get up and do it with me.
Well, it would be fun to see you doing something like that. But
well, in my heyday, I would.
Yeah.
But not
well, let me say from my position at Guildhall that you're doing a wonderful job on this program, and it really has been so wonderful to get the word out. What Josh is doing in the theater, you'll have to have Christina on, who will talk about the museum, and Janet, who will talk about education. But they
sure,
are
I would
all
like to know
great
everything
folks,
that goes
and
on.
they would love to share everything that's going on at Guildhall.
Yes, we want to know what's going on, and I often think if anybody would follow suit and do it somewhere else on the island, as they say, up the island or whatever, to give more artists chance to what you're doing here.
Well, and we invite them to come to us, and actually, you know, I think in many cases we do go out to the community too, especially with the school programs.
You go up the island? Up the island?
Well, actually, what we do is go to Montauk and to Bridgehampton, doing programs in the schools there that are very important programs. They're actually programs for English as a second language students. So they help kids learn how to communicate with each other.
Yeah, a lot of people can do that. Not only children, but adults.
That's right.
Yes. And that's all very good. I think this is the time to say goodbye. And if I could sing a song quickly, I would, but I'm just going to say thank you again, Ruth, for coming.
It was lovely. Thank you. It was very nice. Invite me back.
I will.
All right.
I will. And all the